I invite Lori Mancuso to come forward now to speak to these thoughts and the impact of losing a loved one and the meaning of organ donations to her.
I'd like to thank everyone for coming today, and George, thank you for allowing us to participate in this event. It means a lot to me and my husband Jim. 3.5 years ago, I had a 16-year-old son, my only son. He was out playing the game of hockey, the game that he loved so much, when his heart stopped and he died. Through our tragedy, not too long after we were told that he passed away, the doctor came to me and my husband and asked if we would be donors for sight for a young male child in Sick Kids Hospital in Toronto, and we immediately said yes. To this day, I've been overwhelmed by the response of people like George and other people that are donors, and for the recipients. We need more of this, and this is why we're here today. And I'd just like to thank George very much for everything he's done for our community and making us more aware of what's going on around us. Thank you, George.
Support is awfully important for a recipient, and I know the support I received a year ago, well, after receiving a transplant from this community, just was totally overwhelming. And one individual who gave me support, and I really appreciated, was Mayor Stephen Butlin and City Council, and they sent good wishes to me, and I'll tell you, it was a very uplifting feeling, and I welcome Mayor Steve Butlin to the podium now.
Thanks. Thanks, Harold. It's very difficult to follow the eloquence of the people who have come previous to myself. And Sault Ste. Marie, thank you, is a wonderful community. And when you look around and I see the people that have been directly affected and impacted, it really does hit home, because there are employees here, there are families that I know very, very well, several of them, and you wouldn't think that in a community our size that they would be here front and center. And to hear Harold revitalized, because I knew Harold when he was struggling for all those years, and saying, I wish I could do this and I wish I could do that. And we're really glad that Harold can do all the things that he used to do once again. Maybe we'll hire you back, Harold. George, I, like His Honor, met you at the YMCA. 'Tis a good thing you do, not only for us, but for all of Canada. If I could put one negative note to this, Canada has a dismal record in signing on to organ transplantation. And it just confuses one, bewilders one to think, how come we aren't? Because it's such a logical, appropriate last thing to do for people so desperately in need. So with that, George, I hope that is not a negative note. It just gives you more motivation for all of us to keep this awareness mission alive, and we all have to be a part of it. So can't match the Greyhounds, but I did match the color. On behalf of the city of Sault Ste. Marie, which is a naturally gifted community, just like the Greyhounds, we present to you a naturally gifted sweatshirt. It's kind of cool out here today, but if you can wear it over that Roots thing, it'd be very good.
Thank you very much, Mayor Butlin. George received his transplant in 1995, and commencing in 1997, had a celebration walk to say thank you for that gift of life. In '98, George, along with another transplant recipient, John Totten, felt so strongly about improving the situation of organ and tissue transplant donation in Canada, co-founded Step by Step Organ Transplant Association. And it is our privilege to welcome George to our community today and help promote the continued donation of organ transplants. Welcome, George.
Thank you. It's been really great staying here in Sault Ste. Marie. And once again, I think we're getting spoiled, boys. We had a pretty good reception in Sudbury, and we thought it'd be a hard act to follow, but Sault Ste. Marie is sure doing that. So I was just so moved by the kids this morning coming out there from the schools. I think if we can reach our young about this, like, we're way ahead. Just the excitement that we've had in the last few days with people that we've talked to in the Sioux and organizers such as Joyce and Andy and Harold and Carrie, and we're just so optimistic that things will change in this country. And I especially want to thank, though, Lori for coming out here today, because that's the reason why I'm doing the walk, is to say thank you to that family that made that courageous and unselfish decision to donate an organ at a time of tragedy. And it's unfortunate right now that we're living in a country where that's not happening as often. And one of the things that we need to address is the system that we have presently, because we don't have a very good system. And I have to mention this so that everybody could be real aware of what's going on in this country. We have a system where we're approaching the family at the worst time possible to make a very, very important decision. And it takes very exceptional people to say yes at that moment. Very exceptional people, because the majority of people will say no, don't touch the body, you know. So we've been using this system for the last 15 years, and it's not working. We've had a lot of organs that have gotten vetoed at the hospital because of the system. We have a lot of wasted organs that have gone underground. We have a lot of people that were very, very determined to donate their organs, and their wish didn't get carried out, and they would be turning over in their graves right now, knowing that that wish did not get carried out. So this is a very important decision that we have to make in our lives, and we should have the right to have that decision protected. And this is what I've been lobbying from when I did the Ontario walk. And we managed to get Premier Harris's response, and he's been taking some steps, but we need to get the rest of the government's response. We need to get the federal government to act on this immediately. It's a crisis that we're facing. You know, there's too many good men, women, and children that are passing away needlessly. The recipients that were up here, and myself, we are the fortunate ones. We are fortunate that we're up here. We could do the same for many other Canadians. And this is why we've undertaken this task to go through 491 cities and towns to bring this message in every community, so that we can get things turned around. And we don't have to live in a country where we're the lowest. We can live in a country where we're the highest. And that's what we're all striving for today here, right? And that's what we need to do. We need to take this as serious as anything else that we take in life. And today is a special day because we're doing this in memory of Joey Mancuso, who lost his life, and another person benefit from that. And we will be coming back here on November the 6th, and on that day we will hope to get the whole city involved in this, and get everybody to come and touch the torch or pass it, and I think